till today we have discussed on the topic which are related to our heart, cardiovascular system. So as per our syllabus, few topics we have already crossed. So in that we came to know different terminologies it has came. Okay, so the normal heart we have seen the ECG, we have seen the cardiac cycle. After that we have seen the coronary disorders and hypertension, we have seen the arrhythmia. So in all the most of the cases, you may think hypertension, you may think coronary disorder, or you may think coronary diseases or arrhythmia. Anyhow, somewhere one relation is there. That the relation is, what is this? That's it. That is lipid. Means all the diseases causing, means one of the cause of occurring these diseases is lipid concentration on our body. Now we have to find out, we know that daily we are taking the food, in that food the lipid content is there, so that is called as dietary fat or dietary lipid. So this lipid we are taking, it is going to our body. This consumption varies. Some of we are taking high concentration of lipid food, some of we are taking, or some of we are eliminating or cut off some of lipid from our, what is this, dietary chart. So most of the cases, the peoples who are very health conscious or cardiac conscious or sometimes figure conscious, or who has already reached the margin, they are conscious about that lipid intake. But majority of the people, they don't bother until and unless there is a thrush. So what is this? How this is happening? Suppose we are taking the lipidic food. This lipid food, it will go and it will get absorbed and it will store in our body. So lipid content, you may take the different types of foods. Daily you may take more quantity of lipids. You may taking, or we are taking. So we are taking regularly animal lipids, or we are taking the vegetable lipids. Okay. So that animal lipids, it is including, it may be a dairy lipid, it may be egg lipid, it may be meat lipid, or it may be fish lipid, whatever it may be. If the source is animal, then definitely you think number of times prior to take high quantity, because that is dangerous for our body. But some of the pulses, nuts, vegetables, they are also having lipid concentration, but most of the cases they are not dangerous to our body. Why this? We will come later. First of all, whenever we are taking this animal protein, suppose we are taking daily more quantity of casein, or we are taking more quantity of red meat, so, or we are taking excess quantity of fish. So these, so what was means lipidic fish. So this excess quantity of lipid, directly where it will go? We are taking the food, it will go to our digestive system. On that digestive system, it will get absorbed. After getting absorbed, it will go where? It will go to liver. It will go to stored for the liver. Remember that lipid never get digested in our buccal cavity or in our stomach. Lipid get digested in intestine. How come? Because in the completion of our stomach, there is a junction that you know, that is called as hepatopancreatic ampulla. Means where this, our duodenum and our pancreas with our bile duct, means gallbladder, they are adding together. In this particular area, the gallbladder is secreting, what is this? The bile salt or bile acid. So this bile is responsible for the absorption or for the digestion of our lipid. Lipid means it is a insoluble in water content. So whatever the material it is there in our stomach, it can digest the some substance which is soluble in water. So if you give something which is insoluble in water, example is lipid, definitely it will not get digested in your stomach, or it will not get digested in our buccal cavity. It has to go to our intestine. So intestine, the bile will come. That bile salt, it is having the surfactant property. Surfactant property means simple words, that is it is having the activity like a detergent. You take the dirty cloth which is having oily substance, take the detergent, push it on that or wash it, the dirty substance it will go off. Same like that, whatever the lipid we are taking, it will go to our intestine. There only by hepatopancreatic ampulla, the bile salt it will come. The bile will act on our lipid, and that lipid will be digested. After digestion, what it will happen? It has to be absorbed. Okay, so it is getting absorbed. Now after getting absorbed, it is circulating. After circulation, it will reach to your liver. So when it will reach to your liver, what for this is reaching to your liver? For metabolism, ultimately we should say it is reaching there to excrete out from our body, because it is the unwanted quantity which is excreting after the storage of lipid in liver. This is happening on our body. So the required quantity of fat it will get stored, the excess quantity of fat it will get eliminated from our body. It should happen. So you cannot say lipid is unnecessary for our body. No, you should not say this. Why? Because lipid it is having it is a building constructing material of our body. So three most important constructing material already I have discussed with you, that is carbohydrate, protein and lipid. So if lipid is not there, that construction will not happen. The most important cell will not form. Why the cell will not form? Because the cell wall that is made up with lipid layer. Okay, that is made up with phospholipid layer. So for this purpose, lipid is essential. We have to take the lipid, but this lipid in a limit it will be essential for our body. The excess quantity has to be passed out from our body. If it is stored excess quantity, it is not using additional quantity, it is stored in our body, this is dangerous. Now we are going to find out how this is happening. The lipid it will get stored, and whenever this will get entered to your body, it is called as, this lipid will be formed as triglyceride. So if your profile, blood profile, it is telling that your triglyceride level is high, remember that, it is indicating you have taken the lipid just some hours or only 1 day back. More quantity of lipid you have taken, that has formed that triglyceride. Okay, but if you are find out that your cholesterol level is high, that is indicating you have consumed excess quantity of lipid long ago, few days ago or few months ago. So that excess quantity of lipid, now it is not indicating your triglycerides is high, it is indicating as your cholesterol is high. So this cholesterol parameter, it is indicating you are having a aged lipid, means already which is they are stored from long time. Triglyceride it is indicating you have just consumed the excess quantity of lipid. If your lipid profile is telling high of triglyceride, then okay. Now what it will happen, whenever it is these triglycerides it is passing through our bloodstream, it will pass? It will pass through our bloodstream, but this is lipid. It cannot pass single. It has to be bind up with what? When it is passing inside of the blood, it has to be bind up with something base. So what is that base? That is the protein base. So it will bind up with the protein. Which protein? Plasma protein. So this plasma protein will get binded with that lipid and it will be formed as, what is this? Lipoprotein. So now this lipoprotein will circulate in our body inside of the blood. It is circulating, it is running in your blood circulation. So when it is running, it's not like that it's running on our hands or legs or our body peripheral system, but it is not reaching to your most important visceral organ. It's not like that. It is reaching to your important organs also. Means it is going to your heart, it is going to your liver, it is going to your kidney, it is going to your brain. Okay? So what it will happen when this is rushing inside of the blood vessel, definitely there is a chance of accumulation of the lipid in your blood vessel. So when these lipids will get accumulated in your blood vessel will become thick. And when this blood vessel, there is a more accumulation of lipids, what it will happen? These vessels will become thick and automatically inner diameter will become narrow. So means what about the passage of our blood circulation, that will decrease. That will decrease means pressure will become high. Pressure means hypertension will generate. If we are going to think about our coronary circulation, this was the coronary artery. There is the accumulation of lipid inside of that. Coronary artery inside, the diameter has decreased due to accumulation of lipid. So what it will happen? The blood flow in our cardiac area or myocardial area, it will get decreased. If the same thing it will happen to your brain, the brain will get less supply of oxygen. So what it will cause? It will cause coronary heart disease or along with that your stroke, means respectively. If it is damaging your coronary circulation or if it is giving less supply of oxygenated blood to your brain, it will automatically happen. So remember that this particular material, it is having a inner core. This inner core, it is called as triglyceride. This inner core, it is called as triglyceride. Above to that inner core, there are some of the layers it is present. Okay? So this particular layer, it is made up by apoprotein, phospholipid or cholesterol. So that phospholipid, cholesterol, apoprotein, now you think what is apoprotein? Apoprotein means nothing. Which protein is helped to bind with that lipid to make a, what is this? Lipoprotein. This particular protein, it is called as apoprotein. So this lipoprotein, this is having a particular, or this cholesterol, this is having a particular structure. Inner side, that, what is this? It will be there, that is triglyceride, and the outermost layer, it will be having the phospholipid or apoprotein or cholesterol. Remember that liver mostly secrete VLDL. What is the full form of VLDL? Very low density lipoprotein. It used to secrete by the liver. But this VLDL is having higher concentration of triglyceride and lower concentration of cholesterol ester. So two component is there in VLDL mostly. One, it is higher concentration of triglycerides and lower concentration of cholesterol ester. So this will get secreted from the liver, and immediately after secreting, the lipase enzyme will act on this. So lipase, I told you previously, ase means enzyme. When this lipase enzyme will act on this, automatically this VLDL will get converted and we are going to get IDL, intermediate density lipoprotein. So previously it was very low density lipoprotein. It was coming from liver. Liver is secreting. So the lipase enzyme will act on that. Automatically when this it will get lipase enzyme will act on that, it will get converted to what is this? Intermediate density lipoprotein. What is the difference between this intermediate and VLDL? Here we are going to find out that triglycerides component it will decrease and the cholesterol ester component it will automatically increase. So here the triglycerides component it is decreasing in intermediate density lipoprotein. Remember that. So whenever this IDL it will form, 50% of the IDL it will get reabsorbed in the liver. Okay. And 50% it will be utilized in your body. What about that 50% or majority 50 to 60% what it has been reabsorbed or gone back to your liver? This will get once again converted. How this will get converted? It will produce a form that is called as LDL. So LDL means low density lipoprotein. So three formation we found. First formation we found very low density lipoprotein. After that we got intermediate density lipoprotein, and lastly we got the low density lipoproteins. So these low density lipoprotein are having very lesser or zero concentration of triglycerides. It is having very lesser or zero concentration of triglycerides and having full concentration of cholesterol esters. So this is a low density lipoprotein, or this is called as bad lipoprotein, LDL or bad lipid, this is called as. Okay. So after this LDL form, automatically we are going to form another one last form that is called as HDA, high density lipoprotein. This is a good lipid. So LDL is a bad lipid, HDL is a good lipid. HDL stands for high density lipoprotein. Now we are going to find out what is the difference between these two. This is very, very important. Why? Because this LDL it is circulating on your blood vessel, as I told previously early. This LDL it will keep on circulating on your blood vessels, in your coronary vessels also. So this LDL it is having the what is this lipid component, and whenever it will circulating in your blood, it will always release some of the lipid content. It will release from it, and that released lipid content it will go and accumulate in the wall of blood vessel. That's why LDL is a bad lipid, because it releases the lipids from its body and it makes itself is looser. So the released lipid, what it will happen, it will go and it will get accumulated in the wall of blood vessel. It may be a coronary vessel, whatever it may be, it will get accumulated. Whenever this will get accumulated, this will make a layer continuously, one after one layer. It will get one after another layer. It will make the thickening of the lipid layer in the vessel. This lipid layer, when it will get accumulated, definitely the narrow, it will become your blood vessel will become narrow. So your blood vessel, coronary vessel, or your artery which is carrying the oxygen or blood in your brain, this will be unable to carry the blood. Your coronary vessels will be unable to carry the oxygenated required quantity, as we have seen earlier classes. So the condition may be deteriorated. We are going to find out the ultimate result is congestive heart failure, a brain stroke, whatever it may be. That's why low density lipoprotein is not good. High density lipoprotein, then what about this? This is a good lipid. This is just vice versa action. What it will happen? It will also circulate in the blood in our bloodstream, but it is having a different technique. It will absorb the lipid with it. So whatever the lipid it has been deposited in your wall, in your blood vessel, that will be attracted to your HDL molecule or HDL component. It will gathered with the HDL. HDL itself, it will make its gainer. But your vessel will lose the lipid deposition. So automatically the deposited lipid, it will become narrow, means it will become, the deposited lipid layer, it will become thin. Automatically we are going to get the relief. Just now I have discussed. What is this? Lipid is good for our body because lipid is source of energy. Without lipid our cell wall will not form. Means cell wall will not form means the first class structural complexity will not initiate. The body will not produce. Lipid is the source of energy. At any time you are in the starvation, lipid will break down and it will continuously give you supply of energy. So it is very essential. But HDL is always better than LDL. So we have to find out how we can gain HDL in our body, how we can lose LDL in our body, from our body. So remember that if we are having little bit heavy weight or overweight, we should concentrate earlier. We don't think that no, I am now 20 years old, I should not think about that. No, not like that. Nowadays at any age any disease may come, so you should be cautious at early stage only. So what you have to do, you have to control your food habit. I am not going to tell you immediately you go to the diagnostic center, find out your lipid profile. No, not like that. You control your food habits just for few days. Automatically you will come to know what it is happening. The loss of body weight is only two factors you have to follow. Number one, that is less consume of LDL, means whatever the animal lipids are there, avoid this. So what we have to take? We have to take more quantity of vegetable lipids. If you are taking almond, if you are taking nuts, if you are taking pulses, they are good, no problem. They are having high concentration of HDL, which is good for your body. It will make to reduce your lipid concentration. It will help to reduce your lipid concentration. Automatically you take more quantity of dairy product daily, automatically it will increase your lipid concentration, body lipid concentration. So be very cautious about that and consume more quantity of fiber. So fiber reduces our excess lipid, because the excess lipid, it may get solid media to pass out from our body by binding with that, by along with that fibers. Okay, so these are the very basic things we have discussed about that lipid. Now in our syllabus the topic it is there, that is the drug used as hypolipidemics. Hypo means 4 letter. What is the meaning of that? Less, which reduce the lipid concentration on your body. Okay, so hypolipidemics drugs we are going to find out. Today we have seen what is the lipid, it is how this is going to make bother about our health system. So that is clear, I think. Now we have to find out whatever the drugs are there and how this will reduce our lipid concentration. So in the very next class we will meet once again and we will discuss on that topic.